Hey, what's going on, guys? Mr. D'Analytical or Dominic here, and in today's video we're going to be going over all of the possible ways you can get the new wonder weapon in Firebase Z. And for right now there's only 3 ways, and now they will be ranging from what I think is the easiest to the hardest to do in terms of how many players there are. Obviously, if you're solo, I would say just go for the Easter egg steps to do it, which I will be going over here in a minute. And if you're in co-op, I don't think the box is your best effort, and I have another way for you guys to get it. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, getting on to how to get it through the Easter egg steps, it's really quite simple. First one, you have to get through the teleporter, and you have to make your way to the actual Firebase Z. And then from there, you just have to turn on what is considered to be the power, which is basically just filling up 3 soul generators with souls and whatnot. Collect the souls, don't let them get damaged and whatnot. And once you do all 3 of those, that's when you really begin on your step. Now, for the first step, or what I consider to be the first step, it's really quite easy. You just have to go right into the weapons lab and pick up the blueprint from the wall. Pretty simple. From right then and there, there's no need to wait, no nothing. You can just go straight to the opposite side of the map, basically, and you'll go to where there's a bunch of charred zombie bodies. And on the ground, you will actually be able to interact with one of the zombies. Now, this is a bit gruesome and a bit squeezy or whatever, you know. So if you don't like blood, you don't like weird shit, you probably don't want to just do this. If you've got a friend, let your friend do it. If you're solo, press F, close your eyes. It's pretty nasty. You basically jam a knife in there, pull out the eye of a zombie, and then you kill the zombie, which is whatever, and then you just have this eye. Now, once you have the eye, it's pretty easy. Just go all the way back to the weapons lab, and there is a computer right next to where you have the blueprint off the wall, and you'll be actually able to enter that eyeball into the retina scanner, and it'll scan the eye and open a little chest down below, which will have the key. Basically what you did when you were doing the wonder weapon on Nocturne Totem. Now, going on from there, it's really quite simple. You just take the key and go to Barracks 1 and Barracks 2. Now, for me, I get it a lot of the times in Barracks 2, and all you do is you go up opening lockers. There's certain lockers that'll be able to be open. Some of them will have intel, some of them will have nothing. And then there's a certain one, or there's 2, in fact, in which when you open it, you'll get a sound cue. Now, what happens with this sound cue is mimics will spawn, which are what I would consider to be one of the more annoying bosses on this map, but the mimics will spawn, and once you kill them, they will drop the barrel to the gun. Now, from here on out, it's pretty quite simple. At round 6, round 7, 8 is when I normally get all these steps done, and then I have to wait all the way until what for me, as in solo, and I've done this 3 times now and it's never changed, is round 17. That's when the Mangler comes in from Garad Crovey, and that's when you have to kill that Mangler to drop the magazine. So within that time gap of, let's say I got it done on round 8, from round 8 to round 17 is when you guys want to start building up points for more of your perks, more of your pack-a-punch, get points for pack-a-punching the wonder weapon when you get it. Overall, just doing whatever you want to do on the map, that's the time to do it. Now, moving on to when you get the magazine, it's really quite simple. Again, you just want to head to the weapons lab. You'll go up to a bench with a bomb on it, and you'll put the magazine in a slot. And right away after you put it in there, it'll say pick up magazine. Now, for me, I always end up hitting this button on accident because it's just, hey, place it and then boom, press F to pick it up, right? But what you don't want to do is do that, or if you do that, it's fine. All you have to really do is wait a couple minutes, you know, I would say wait out a round or 2, and then you just go back up to it and you press F. If that doesn't work, I've found that when I go back to where the computer is for the retina scanner, if I press F on that and then I go ahead and I press F back on the magazine, I will end up getting it. But you'll know when you are able to pick it up, because instead of it showing like a purple glow lightning effect like it's charging, it'll just be stocked and look like a normal magazine. And once you pick it up, you're not quite done yet. There's one last step, and it's the one that I consider to be the most trickiest. And this involves you going to the computer next to the retina scanner, pressing F, and then you have to listen for 3 different chimes. The one step that you can do to make this easier is, if you're solo, is go up to it, interact with it after you've made a crawler or whatever, And then what happens is after every chime, pause the game and it'll be stuck on that angle, and you can look up a dartboard and you'll see that it matches up with a certain number. Now, I don't know if the order matters, but for me, I always do it. So if the first chime is on like a 9, I would shoot the 9 first. Or if it's on a 3, I would shoot the 3 first. And then if the second one is 2, I would shoot 2. If the last one was 1, I would shoot 1. I would do whatever order it is, but you need to get the correct one. Otherwise, it will not get you the part. Now, after you've gotten all 3 of the numbers, you go back to spawn into the Mesa Hall, and you shoot the correct order on that dartboard. And once you know the numbers, it's pretty obvious. And after you shoot all 3, you shoot a bullseye, and then boom, it opens up this like safe from the wall, and it drops the last part you need, and you pick it up, and you can go all the way back to the weapons lab and build it right next to the retina scanner. It's just like a normal buildable. It'll take a couple seconds, and then boom, you have it. From here on out, you're free to do whatever you want. If you want to keep it OG, keep it OG. If you want to pack a punch it, you can pack a punch it all the way to the 3rd one. And it's a pretty fun gun. To me, I would consider it better than the ray gun or the ray gun Mark II, but I don't know if I would say it's better than like a thunder gun in my opinion. It's a great weapon. It's great against the manglers, the mimics. It's great against the giant boss that comes in after you've done all 3 of the generators of protecting them and whatnot. And it's a good weapon overall, and I consider using that for a round 100 strat. Now, moving on to the second best option. This one I consider to be the best if you're a co-op and someone's done the Easter egg step and you want to get one yourself. The best possible way of doing this is, of course, just doing the trials. Now, the trials are right when you come from the teleporter into the actual outpost and whatnot. And the easiest way to do this is just to buy a trial, and after every trial, there's certain ones that are going to be easy, like take damage from a zombie and regain health. That's easy. You can literally go from common, which is the basic one, the worst one, all the way to legendary within like a minute. And you will get ones that are really, really tricky, which is like hold up in the weapons lab, a tiny area, or sky bridge, a tiny area. And if you don't have monkeys and stuff, it can get really hectic. So I recommend stockpiling up on monkeys. If you have an RPG, maybe use that. Just have a really solid good gun that's pack-a-punched and whatnot, and some monkeys, and you should be fine. Now, as for how this method goes, all you have to do is go from common to legendary, and once you get to legendary, you'll know with the flame being like yellow, and once you hit it, you have a chance of getting the weapon. Now, for me and my friends, we all did this method, and it was pretty easy. Once I got it, it was after my 3rd try. My friend's was my 2nd try, and then my friend actually got it on 1st try. So it was weird because we went 1, 2, 3. I don't know if that's something to do with it, but basically you get it after a couple tries, and it's just an easy way of doing it. You don't have to do any of the Easter egg steps. It's just hit a trial and you get it. And if you don't get it, you can get perks and power-ups, and it's still a win-win. Now, the third option, of course, is the worst one by far, and that is hitting it out of the box. Now, I have been grinding the heck out of Firebase C. I've been playing this map for hours and hours and hours. I went from being rank 150 in the gameplay, or in the footage, it's like 112, 115, and I went all the way up to 150 in the first day of this map being out. I absolutely love this map. I'll have a review out in a little bit here in a couple days. But it is one of my all-time favorite maps, especially in Cold War, with being the only second map that we truly have. And I think the Wonder Weapon is really, really good. It just saddens me that there's not another way of doing it besides, well, a box, a trial, and buildables. And as for the buildable, I don't think it's as easy as the die machine or the Wonder Weapon on Nocturne Totem was. I think that one was more basic because it's just by round 8 you can have it. This one's by round 20 you get it, unless you do trials and whatnot, but it's a fairly easy step. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have tried any of those 3 methods, let me know down in the comment section below. If this video was helpful at all, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.